I don't want this, what we're saying here, and anybody that watches this to think this is a spiking the football event. It is not. This is the beginning of a monumental effort that we must all commit to. We have got to do something on 3 fronts. The first front is trafficking of this junk into our state. Department of Homeland Security has left us alone and not doing enough for detection and intervention. It is getting in too quickly. We must do something real at the state level. I think a declaration of emergency is something that needs to happen now, and I ask the governor to do that. If we declare an emergency in Washington state, we can bring all state departments to bear and ask, what can you do about this? I think DOT can help with trafficking. I think WSP can help DOT with that trafficking. Our law enforcement officers need more tools. They're begging us for more tools. Let's give them those tools. And I believe there is a need to show real support for real strict laws and punishment for those that manufacture and distribute this garbage into our community. This declaration would free up all state agencies to be thinking about this. And Governor, I ask you to think seriously about declaring a state of emergency in Washington state so our children, our most vulnerable in our society, and our tribal partners can have some real success here. We can do it if we stand together, and I'm calling all my colleagues that are standing behind me today to work towards legislation to get those things done. One life is too many when it comes to this. We can do a heck of a lot better, and from my perspective here, I have to end with this. Family members, I'm a 80s kid. I remember what it was like when Nancy Reagan was on my shoulder every time I was offered something and she says, just don't do it. I was a scared straight 80s kid. We need to get back there. Our kids now need to be armored with a defense mechanism. Pill sharing is something that can't happen in our schools any longer, and we have to talk about it right now in our family discussions. It needs to be a discussion at the dinner table. It needs to be a discussion that when you wake up in the morning, remember, do not take pills from other kids in our schools. All too often, pill sharing is the cause of the tears. Kids are under the belief that they can share an Adderall, or they can share a this, or they can share a that. I am really proud of the education work that we have done this year to put education as number one, but we can't stop there. We have got to be way more bold. There has to be more punishment, more crimes for the crimes of the distribution and trafficking of this drug. There has to be more education. There has to be family communication, family conversations. It needs to be normal that we talk about these things. And if I can leave you with that, remember that the other conversation has to be, if you have a loved one that is suffering from this terribly addictive curse, there's Narcan. You can arm yourself with an ability to save your loved ones as well if they overdose. Talk to your families. Don't rest on your laurels. And every one of you behind me, promise me we are going to do a lot more. I thank you for your time.